God says, "Beloved soul, there are moments in spiritual understanding that are not meant to create fear or confusion, but to bring a deeper awareness of transformation, of what it means to move through difficulty and emerge into something greater." The story of Jesus and the 3 days is not just a moment in time, but a reflection of a deeper truth about the human experience. God says that when you hear about those 3 days, it is not about focusing on darkness, but about understanding what happens when something passes through a period of stillness, of silence, and of transition. It is in these moments that change takes place, not on the surface, but at a deeper level. Beloved soul, there are times in your own life when you may feel as though you are in a quiet place, a space where things are not moving as quickly as you expected, where answers are not immediately clear, and where you are simply waiting, not knowing what is coming next. These moments can feel uncertain, yet they carry meaning. God says that these periods are not empty. They are full of unseen transformation. Just as a seed remains beneath the soil before it grows, there are moments when growth happens quietly, without visible signs. Beloved soul, the story you are reflecting on is a reminder that transformation often requires a pause, a moment where everything seems still, yet something powerful is taking place beneath the surface. It is not a moment of loss, but a moment of preparation. God says that when you go through your own periods of uncertainty, you are not being left behind. You are being prepared for something new. The silence, the waiting, and the stillness are all part of the process. Beloved soul, take a moment to reflect on your own journey. Think about the times when things felt uncertain, when you did not have clear answers, and when you were simply moving forward step by step. Those moments were not without purpose. God says that transformation does not always come with immediate clarity. It often comes through experience, through patience, and through allowing yourself to move through each phase without resistance. Beloved soul, you are not alone in these moments. You are supported, even when you do not fully understand what is happening. There is a process unfolding, one that is guiding you toward growth and understanding. God says that this message is not about creating urgency or fear. It is about helping you see that every phase of your journey has meaning, even the ones that feel quiet or uncertain. Beloved soul, allow yourself to be present in your journey. Trust that what you are experiencing is part of a larger process, one that is leading you toward something greater. God says that just as transformation happens in its own time, your journey is unfolding in the way it is meant to. Beloved soul, let this understanding bring you peace. Let it remind you that even in stillness, something meaningful is taking place within you. God says, beloved soul, there is a part of every journey that often goes unnoticed, a space between what has ended and what is about to begin, a quiet in-between where nothing seems to be happening on the surface, yet everything is changing beneath. This is the space that holds deep meaning, a place where transformation is not visible, but is very real. God says that the 3 days you are reflecting on represent this sacred in-between, a moment where the world may see stillness, but something greater is unfolding beyond what can be seen. It is not a pause without purpose. It is a phase filled with quiet preparation. Beloved soul, you may have experienced moments in your own life where things felt paused, where progress seemed slow, and where answers did not come as quickly as you hoped. These moments can feel uncertain, yet they are not empty. God says that in these moments, you are being shaped. Your understanding is deepening, your strength is growing, and your perspective is changing, even if you cannot see it immediately. This is how transformation works. Beloved soul, the silence you sometimes feel is not absence. It is space. Space for growth, space for reflection, and space for something new to take form within you. God says that when you are in this space, it is easy to feel as though nothing is happening, yet this is often when the most important changes are taking place. It is where old patterns begin to release and new understanding begins to form. Beloved soul, take a moment to reflect on your own in-between moments. The times when you were waiting, when you were unsure, and when you were simply moving forward without clear direction. These were not moments of being lost. They were moments of becoming. God says that becoming does not always feel powerful or exciting. Sometimes it feels quiet, sometimes it feels slow, and sometimes it feels uncertain. Yet it is in these moments that your foundation is being built. Beloved soul, you are not being held back in these moments. You are being prepared. Prepared to step into something that requires a deeper level of understanding and awareness. God says that this is why patience is important. Not because you need to wait without purpose, but because the process itself requires time to unfold fully. Beloved soul, allow yourself to trust this process. Even if you do not see immediate results, even if you do not fully understand what is happening, know that something meaningful is taking place within you. God says that your journey is not. Every phase, every pause, and every moment of stillness carries purpose. Beloved soul, as you continue forward, you may begin to notice that what once felt uncertain starts to make more sense. The clarity you were seeking begins to appear, not all at once, but gradually. God says that this is the nature of transformation. It unfolds step by step, allowing you to grow into each stage of your journey. Beloved soul, you are exactly where you need to be. The in-between you are experiencing is not a delay. It is a preparation for what is coming next. God says that just as those 3 days carried deep meaning, the moments in your life that feel quiet and uncertain also carry meaning. Beloved soul, allow yourself to be present in this space. Trust that even in silence, something powerful is unfolding within you. God says, beloved soul, there comes a moment in every journey when what has been quietly transforming beneath the surface begins to rise into awareness, not all at once, but gradually, as if light is slowly entering a space that was once dim and uncertain. This is the moment when the in-between phase begins to shift, when what was hidden begins to reveal itself in a way that you can finally begin to understand. God says that transformation is not only about the process you go through, but also about the moment when you begin to recognize that something within you has changed. It is not always a dramatic realization. Sometimes it is a quiet awareness, a feeling that you are not the same as you were before. Beloved soul, you may begin to notice that your thoughts feel different now. They may feel clearer, more steady, and less overwhelming than they once did. Situations that once felt confusing may now feel easier to understand. These changes are not. They are signs that something within you has shifted. God says that this is the moment when light begins to return to your awareness, not because the darkness was permanent, but because it was part of the process that allowed this clarity to emerge. Without the stillness, without the quiet transformation, this clarity would not feel as meaningful. Beloved soul, take a moment to reflect on how your perspective has changed over time. The challenges you have faced, the questions you have held, and the moments of uncertainty you have experienced have all contributed to the understanding you now carry. God says that nothing you have experienced has been without purpose. Every moment has played a role in shaping who you are and how you see your path. Beloved soul, as this clarity continues to rise, you may also begin to feel a sense of confidence within yourself. Not because everything is certain, but because you trust what you are feeling. This trust allows you to move forward without hesitation. God says that when you trust your own awareness, you no longer feel the need to control every outcome. You are able to move with the flow of your journey, allowing things to unfold naturally. Beloved soul, this does not mean that every question disappears. It means that your relationship with uncertainty changes. You are no longer overwhelmed by it. You are able to move forward even when everything is not fully clear. God says that this is where transformation becomes visible. It is in the way you think, in the way you feel, and in the way you respond to life. Beloved soul, you may also begin to notice that your energy feels different. There is a sense of balance, a steadiness that allows you to remain grounded even as things continue to unfold. God says that this balance is a sign that you are aligning with your path. You are no longer resisting what is happening. You are allowing it. Beloved soul, trust that what you are experiencing is meaningful. It is part of your journey, guiding you toward a deeper understanding of yourself and your life. God says that as you continue forward, this clarity will become even stronger. What once felt uncertain will continue to reveal its meaning. Beloved soul, you are exactly where you need to be. The transformation you have gone through is not. It is part of your path, leading you toward light and understanding. God says that this moment is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of a new phase, one where you move forward with greater awareness and peace. Beloved soul, allow yourself to stay present in this moment. Let this clarity guide you, and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. God says, beloved soul, there comes a moment in your journey when everything you have been through, the silence, the uncertainty, the questions, and the gradual clarity, all begin to settle into a deep and quiet sense of peace within you, not because every detail has been explained, but because you no longer need every detail to feel grounded in your path. This is the moment when transformation completes its cycle and becomes something you can live with, something that no longer feels like a process you are going through, but a state you are living in. God says that the meaning of those 3 days is not found in the idea of darkness itself, but in what follows after it, the renewal, the understanding, and the realization that what once felt like an ending was actually a transition into something new. This is the truth that carries into your own life. Beloved soul, you may begin to notice that your journey feels different now. The questions that once felt urgent may no longer carry the same weight, and the uncertainty that once felt overwhelming may now feel like something you can move through with calm. These changes are not. They are the result of your growth. God says that when transformation becomes peace, it brings with it a sense of acceptance, not in a way that feels passive, but in a way that feels strong and grounded. You are no longer resisting what has happened or what is happening. You are allowing it. Beloved soul, take a moment to reflect on how far you have come. The moments that once felt confusing, the phases that felt quiet, and the experiences that challenged you have all contributed to the understanding you now carry. Nothing has been without purpose. God says that this is where a new beginning truly starts, not when everything changes around you, but when something changes within you. When your perspective shifts, your experience of life begins to shift as well. Beloved soul, you may also begin to feel a quiet confidence within yourself, a confidence that does not need to be loud or proven, but simply exists as a steady knowing that you are able to move forward, no matter what comes next. God says that this confidence is what allows you to embrace new beginnings without fear. You are not stepping into the unknown with uncertainty, but with trust. Beloved soul, this does not mean that your journey is complete. It means that you have reached a point where you are able to move forward with a deeper understanding of yourself and your path. God says that every ending carries within it the seed of a new beginning, and every moment of transformation carries within it the potential for peace. Beloved soul, trust that you are exactly where you need to be. You are not behind, and you are not missing anything. Everything you have experienced has brought you to this moment. God says that this moment is not. It is part of your journey, guiding you into a phase of your life where you move forward with calm, clarity, and awareness. Beloved soul, allow yourself to fully embrace this peace. Let it guide your thoughts, your actions, and your path as you continue forward. God says that as you move into this new beginning, you will begin to see how everything aligns in a way that reflects your growth and your understanding. Beloved soul, this is your moment to move forward, not with fear, but with peace, trust, and quiet strength. If this message touched your heart, type Amen in the comments and share this message with someone who needs hope, peace, and a new beginning today.